Welcome to my YouTube channel, Eat Your Backyard, where I talk about all kinds of interesting tropical and subtropical plants. Some you can eat, some you can't. In this case, we're going to be talking about the Sunburst Timber Bamboo. I won't bore you with the technical name for it. You can look in the comments section for this video if you're interested in that. But this is a moderately hardy bamboo. As you can see, it's fairly hardy in this video, and lots of leaves. One thing that you can immediately notice is that it produces leaves all the way down to the base. Now for me, that's not a big plus. I generally, when I have bamboo that does that, I'll trim all the lower branches away so that it exposes the canes. I think that's one of the most interesting parts about having bamboo, is to see the canes. I find when people see bamboo that aren't used to it, or even when they are used to it, they want to go and touch the cane, grab the cane. It's usually got a it's got an interesting sound when you hit it together. It makes a clacking sound, and that's due to the silica that's actually in the plant itself, one of the few plants that contains silica. Another interesting aspect of this plant is that it has green striations down a bright yellow, some people call it lemon yellow, cane. Now this is common to a lot of different varieties of bamboo, and it makes it kind of a conversation piece. Here you can see is a picture of one that's grown in a pot at a nursery, local nursery here, and you can clearly see the striations. The green almost looks like paint drip marks. Now those paint drip marks won't be on all the canes typically, so a lot of the canes are just kind of that lemon yellow color. You can see here that's a fairly nice presentation. It's on either side of an entranceway to a small garden. And one thing you should also note is that it's very thick. The canes grow close together and they will spread out fairly rapidly. So like most clumping bamboos, this is a clumping bamboo, not a running bamboo, so it will spread from a center point. Once it gets established, it's going to really grow wide. Now in my experience, there's basically three ways you can deal with this. You can have a big space for it to grow in. Another way is to build some kind of barrier around the outside of the bamboo that contains it, either a cement barrier, or I've seen people use metal. That's one way. If you get any cracks in that, the roots will penetrate through it. And the third way is to simply hit it with a sawzall, saw off any canes, they call them culms, that emerge outside of the ring you've established for it to grow in. Now this is considered a fairly rare bamboo, and it is fairly difficult to propagate. In other words, if you take cuttings off this bamboo and attempt to place them in potting soil and get them to sprout, you're not going to have a lot of success. So my answer to that is just plant 10 in the pot. And if you get a couple that sprout, or even one that sprouts, you're in luck. So really, how hard is it to do? Not that hard if you just apply a good strategy to getting them to grow. This is because of its difficulty of getting it started. It is a little bit more expensive than other clumping bamboos you might find. The final thing I want to say about this bamboo is that it does have a fairly upright growth pattern. Not really weeping type of bamboo, and the canes are the diameter of say 6 or 7 pencils. You can expect this to get about 40 feet tall when it's mature. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, like it, and come on back and subscribe to Eat Your Backyard.